The history of Brazil begins with indigenous peoples in Brazil. The earliest indigenous peoples of Brazil, including the Tupi and Guarani, lived in a region that is now Brazil as early as 11,000 years ago. The first European to arrive in Brazil was Pedro Álvares Cabral, who claimed the land for Portugal in 1500. Brazil was a colony of Portugal for over 300 years, until it gained independence in 1822. During the colonial period, Brazil was a major producer of sugar and other crops for export to Europe. The slave trade was a major part of the Brazilian economy, with millions of African slaves being brought to the country to work on the plantations. After independence, Brazil underwent a series of political and social changes. The country was ruled by a series of dictators, including Emperor Pedro II, until the establishment of a democratic government in 1889. During this time, Brazil underwent rapid industrialization and urbanization, and became a major economic power in South America. In the 20th century, Brazil faced a number of challenges, including military coups and economic instability. However, the country has also made significant progress in areas such as education, healthcare, and social equality. Today, Brazil is a diverse and vibrant democracy, with a growing economy and a rich cultural heritage. Throughout its history, Brazil has been shaped by the influences of indigenous cultures, European colonization, and African slavery. These influences can be seen in the country's art, music, literature, and cuisine, which blend elements from all three cultures. The indigenous peoples of Brazil played a significant role in the country's early history. The Tupi and Guarani were the largest and most influential groups, and their culture had a major impact on the development of Brazil. The Tupi were skilled farmers and fishers, and their society was organized into clans and tribes. The Guarani were also skilled farmers and fishers, and were known for their complex social and political organization. The arrival of the Portuguese in the early 16th century marked the beginning of European colonization in Brazil. Pedro Álvares Cabral claimed the land for Portugal in 1500, and over the next few centuries, the Portuguese established a number of settlements and plantations throughout the country. Brazil became a major producer of sugar and other crops, which were exported to Europe. The slave trade was an important part of the Brazilian economy during the colonial period. Millions of African slaves were brought to Brazil to work on the plantations, and their influence can be seen in the country's culture and society to this day. After independence in 1822, Brazil underwent a series of political and social changes. The country was ruled by a series of dictators, including Emperor Pedro II, until the establishment of a democratic government in 1889. During this time, Brazil underwent rapid industrialization and urbanization, and became a major economic power in South America. In the 20th century, Brazil faced a number of challenges, including military coups and economic instability. However, the country has also made significant progress in areas such as education, healthcare, and social equality. Today, Brazil is a diverse and vibrant democracy, with a growing economy and a rich cultural heritage. Throughout its history, Brazil has been shaped by the influences of indigenous cultures, European colonization, and African slavery. These influences can be seen in the country's art, music, literature, and cuisine, which blend elements from all three cultures. In the early 21st century, Brazil has continued to face a number of challenges, including political corruption, economic inequality, and environmental degradation. However, the country has also made significant progress in areas such as education, healthcare, and social equality. Brazil is a diverse and vibrant democracy, with a growing economy and a rich cultural heritage. Brazil is home to a wide range of cultures and traditions, many of which have been influenced by the country's diverse history. The country's art, music, and literature have been shaped by indigenous, European, and African influences, and this diversity is reflected in the country's many festivals and celebrations. Brazil is also home to a rich and varied landscape, with forests, mountains, beaches, and rivers. The country is home to a number of protected areas, including national parks and wildlife reserves, which are home to a wide range of plant and animal species. Despite its many challenges, Brazil has a bright future. The country is home to a growing economy and a vibrant, diverse culture, and it is well positioned to continue to thrive in the 21st century. As Brazil looks to the future, it is likely that the country will continue to be shaped by its unique history and the influences of its indigenous, European, and African roots. One of the major events in Brazil's recent history was the election of President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva in 2002. Lula, as he is commonly known, was a former union leader who campaigned on a platform of social justice and economic reform. During his 2 terms in office, Lula implemented a number of popular social programs, including the Bolsa Família, which provided financial assistance to low-income families. Lula's policies helped to reduce poverty and inequality in Brazil, and he left office with high approval ratings. In 2010, Lula was succeeded by President Dilma Rousseff, who was the first woman to hold the office in Brazil. Rousseff, a former member of Lula's Workers' Party, continued many of his social policies, but also faced a number of challenges during her tenure. These included an economic recession, high levels of corruption, and political instability. In 2016, Rousseff was impeached and removed from office by the Brazilian Congress, amid allegations of fiscal mismanagement. She was succeeded by Michel Temer, who served as president until the end of his term in 2018. In the 2018 presidential election, Jair Bolsonaro, a far-right politician, was elected president of Brazil. Bolsonaro, a former military officer, campaigned on a platform of law and order and promised to crack down on crime and corruption. However, his presidency has been marked by controversy and criticism, including allegations of human rights abuses and environmental degradation. Despite these challenges, Brazil remains a vibrant and diverse country, with a rich cultural heritage and a growing economy. As it looks to the future, Brazil will continue to be shaped by its unique history and the influences of its indigenous, European, and African roots. In recent years, Brazil has faced a number of economic and social challenges, including high levels of inequality, corruption, and crime. These issues have been exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, which has had a significant impact on the country's economy and healthcare system. Despite these challenges, Brazil has a number of strengths that have helped it to weather the storm. The country has a diverse economy, with a strong agricultural sector, a growing manufacturing industry, and a significant services sector. Brazil is also home to a highly skilled and educated workforce, which has helped it to remain competitive in a globalized world. Brazil is also home to a number of world-class universities and research institutions, which have played a key role in the country's economic and scientific development. Brazil has a strong tradition of scientific research, particularly in areas such as biotechnology and renewable energy, and the country is home to a number of leading research centers and institutes. Looking to the future, Brazil has the potential to continue to thrive and grow. The country has a rich cultural heritage, a diverse and dynamic economy, and a highly skilled and educated workforce. With the right policies and investments, Brazil has the potential to overcome its current challenges and become a global leader in the 21st century.